Well, alrighty then. Chip here, no garage. um, when last we spoke, I told you I gave up on the algorithm, and I did. I'm not. So when this video's done, it'll get released. Anyway, what we have here is a 1986 Ford 5.0 liter 302, and it's a mess, guys. It is just nasty. Look at how nasty that is. I know the lighting over here isn't that great, and that's fine. I'm good with that. This is actually the good side, believe it or not. The bad side is over here, where it's, I don't know. Let me see if I can't get it in the light better. Where it's just crusty. I mean, carbon like crazy. So, we're going to get the oil drained out of it and start tearing it down. We're going to take apart the pulleys, the hoses, and then we'll probably do valve covers. And before I pull that distributor, I do want to make sure it is set at number 1. I want to make sure the crank is set where it's supposed to be, everything. So that way, because I'm still really scared about this cam. A flat tappet cam is very, very temperamental from what I understand. I don't know. I've never done one. So I want to make sure this thing has every chance to start first try. So when I put it all back together, put the distributor in, it should set right back to number 1 because I am not taking the crank out. But it should set right back to number 1 and be in time and ready to go. So when I drop it in, because it's not a carbureted engine, I'm not going to be able to run it on the stand. I'm sure it's possible. I'm sure I've got people yelling at me right now. Yes, you can with an EFI motor. I'm not gonna. I'll put it back in the truck, get everything hooked up. I want it to have the best chance it can to run, because once it's started, I have to run it, I think, for 20 minutes at about 2,500 RPM. I need a tach too. I don't know. I have no idea what RPM I'll be running at. So that'll be fun. I'll figure that out when the time comes. I'm procrastinating. Let's get this done. All right, first thing I'm going to do, obviously, is I'm going to drain the oil. I don't know if you guys need to see that or not. And let's see. Are you? Oh my goodness, you're not torqued down. Wow, that is amazing. This is a Motorcraft. Wow, I guess I wasn't expecting that. Took the batteries home, charged them up. Get on there. So that I had good batteries, because they've been out here in the cold. You know, batteries can be that oil is black. What's the sense in using a funnel if everything that comes out is just going to spill everywhere anyway? That's a couple quarts worth of oil. I drained it into the pan, went to dump it into there, and it just went every fucking where. Anyway, all right. Let's it's not all drained out yet either. It's close. Anyway, I'm gonna finish draining this oil. So that I can roll the motor when I need to. All right. Let's get the front of this motor tore down. Shouldn't be too hard. It's just I want to do the hoses and this big ass freaking bracket. And I have my trusty cheap ass $5 Walmart screwdriver that you take the end out of and use it for your hose clamps. Oh God, if they're not, holy cow, that's tight. All right. Those of you that are good with a GoPro, why is my GoPro automatically shutting? It's not shutting off. It's I need to re-aim this. It's ending. It's stopping the recording. And I'm not sure why. Oh, that does not look good. Come here, y'all. Look at this. You see down in there? Can you see down in there? No, because the light's in the way. Look at that nasty mess. That is nasty down there. Yeah, this motor needed to come apart. It really did. All right, next is this bracket. I think I seen some of these bolts go through the water pump, so I need to pay attention to that. When I pull the water pump, and what you should always do when you pull the water pump, put the bolts back into your water pump. I'm going to be replacing this water pump, I think. It's pretty rusty. But, yeah, I think it needs it. What I also think I need is my hammer. And you kind of beat on these a little bit to shock the... Because you're going from aluminum to steel, and there's a good chance you could break them. So I don't want to do that. Grab Stanley here. So right now I'm working on these. All right, let's see if I break something. Sprayed it down with, I steal this from work. Freeze off. I actually asked. I wasn't told no while I walked out of the office with it. So let's... All right. Okay, these didn't go all the way through. Let's put these back into the water pump. I don't know if the other ones go all the way through or not. No, they don't. So we'll put these back where we found them. I have down here what seems to be missing a bolt, and up here seems to be, I don't know if there's a bolt that goes through this one, simply because there's a hill. I don't know. But all right, let's see what I got to do to get this puppy off. Looks like got myself a wire brush. I think there's another one right here. Yep. Fairly certain I need an extension for that one and that one. Where'd the other one go? Oh, right there. Again, I will put these back. Oh, that's a heavy mother of God. See, what I'm going to have to figure out here, because this was a smog pump bracket, and the smog pump was deleted. And then I've got the bottom, it also served as an alternator, and then I've got the bottom for the alternator. So I need to figure that out. I'm going to stick these back in here for the time being, until I need them out. I did take a picture of all this. Oh, this is actually a water pump bolt. This one is actually a water pump bolt. Okay. Which is bad to know because it was extremely loose when I first tried to take it off. So that scares me. All right, let's get these. That hose needs to be replaced. It is not in good shape at all. This hose is going to need to be replaced because the end of it's rotted, cracked. That hose is getting ready to blow. This end is just as bad. Matter of fact, see how thin that end is? I don't know if you can. And then this end here cracks and it was ready to go. So that'll get replaced. This has apparently been replaced because it's got a different hose clamp on it. You know, a store-bought one, not aftermarket. Aftermarket. Store-bought, not factory. Not aftermarket. Come on. There you go. But this little T right here is just terrible. It is so rusted. Let's see if I can show you. See how it's just rusting away. It's rotted away right there. So that's going to have to get replaced. I might as well replace the hoses that are attached to it. That's the same thing with this thermostat housing. That's going to have to be replaced. It is just chock full of rust. Have you guys heard that in Houston, Texas, they're getting a Vivor store? By a store, I mean it's going to be an online store, but, and this is the way it was explained to me, you'll be able to go in and put your hands on everything. You still order it online. You may be able to pick it up there. I don't know. But yeah, you still go online and order, and then but you can go to this store. It's a brick and mortar store, and put your hands on it. You know, check out the item before you buy it. Kind of a neat concept, honestly. Of course, you're a different size. Why wouldn't you be? The right size. That would make too much sense for you to be the right size. Where else? Oh, up here. No? You're a totally different frickin' size. Of course you are. Because why wouldn't you be? God forbid. You know, a German car, you can take a 10 millimeter and tear it apart. An American car, you better have specialty sockets. I'm serious. Is this my, yeah, it's my 13. So that should fit that. And this is a 16, which is still too small for that. Are you kidding me? For one bracket, there's 3 different sizes because it was a 14 millimeter that took the other one off. How nuts? That's stupid. That's just dumb. Are you the right size? No, you're not. Why? Why? Why would you be? Not a 17 millimeter. Let's see if it's an 18 millimeter, which probably isn't going to fit in there. What the hell? It's an 18 millimeter deep well. And all right. There is the coil. Put that back on for right now. Put this one back in here for right now. And I'm certain that this hole up here is where this one went. So we'll just, yep, trudge right in. Wow, the amount of RTV on this valve cover, the holy cow. All right, let's stop playing with the front of this motor because I'm not ready to pull the water pump yet. Let's take a look inside, shall we? Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, not good. Oh, it's pretty crusty in there. All right, let's not cover my seat with grease. Let's grab you guys. Where's my light? There it is. And take a look at what we have. This is, learn how to hold a camera. This is pretty carbony. I mean, the good thing is there's oil everywhere. But look at the carbon. If I can get that. Of course, that's aluminum. It's not going to hold it. Okay. All right. I mean, all my rocker arms are nice and tight. But this stuff, look at this. This is just nasty carbon. And it's a constant with this side. This side is constantly oh. Wow, that gasket's hard. Gasket's hard as a rock. A lot of RTV. Like a rock. Anyway, that's all coming out and going to get cleaned up. All of this is coming apart. So it'll get cleaned up. It'll be fine. But I'm going to pull the other valve cover off. And we'll take a look at that. This one's not coming off so easy. There we go. Wow. It's just full of carbon too. Even the inside of the valve covers are full of carbon. I don't know if you can see because of the awesome lighting in here. But again, there's oil in all my rocker arms. Nice and tight all the way down. That's good. Not as much carbon in this one as there is over there. But this one did have a lot of RTV on the gasket, which tells me this. I'm thinking this is losing a lot of oil. I don't know. But it's not. It's still got carbon. Just not as much. That side's bad. Okay. Let's get this water pump off. Look at it. Wow. Look at this. This come out of, I'm guessing it's going through an oil jacket or a water jacket. Wow, that's messed up. I don't know. We'll see here in a minute. Now, see, here's why I say keep all your bolts in. Because you gotta be kidding me. Because this is an odd size. It's a 10 millimeter, while the rest are, you know, was that 14, 13, whatever. This should be all of them, I believe. Hammer time. All right. No, don't fall out. Stay. You keep wanting to fall up. Fine. There we go. Water pump has rust in it. I mean, the backside's not, well, it's got a little bit of surface rust, but it's not bad, I don't think. We'll just set that right there with all the bolts in it. And then we got the timing cover. So this has been replaced. There's RTV. RTV makes up some of the... So now it's just a timing cover, which I think the only thing left are this bolt and this bolt. This has a... Oh my God. Before my battery dies. Look at this. This had a manual fuel pump. Well, it had the block off plates gone. I think. I don't, where's my light? There you are. Oh, no, okay. There's nothing in there. All right. Never mind. God. This is still, now that it's a little more open, let's take a look at this. Look at the inside of this thing. That is so bad. Really bad. There's a lot of rust going on in this motor. Anyway. I'm going to be honest. I've never done a full teardown. A completely full teardown. I've never done it. So I'm figuring it out. So I think I want to set the time and then pull the distributor. I think. I know the timing chain and gear are coming off, so I'm going to want it time set anyway. Pain in the ass. Okay, I'll be back. All right. Oh, my battery's about to die. Look at this. I was taking these out. Show it on the camera. Can you show it? Good job. Look at the carbon on this thing. Wow, that's going to need some replacing. Holy cow. The other ones all came out just fine. This one fought me. I had to get a bit of a torque on it. That's bad. Be right back. Okay, got the center head off. Intake, whatever you want to call it. This is bad, people. This is really bad. The carbon buildup in here is just nasty. It's going to take some cleaning. A whole lot of cleaning. What did I get myself into? I don't even know. All right. Right now, I am live, and you guys are being recorded. So I think I'm going to show these guys what I'm looking at. Exclusive. They're getting an exclusive. Be right back. All right, I'm going to call it for the night. I need to get home, clean my grubs. This is in really bad shape. I just put my light somewhere else, so I can't even show it to you. But it is all carboned up. It's bad. It's real bad. So I'm stepping around stuff right now. So I need to clean up my mess, clean up my self, and get ready for work tomorrow. We'll be back. All right, it's another day on this thing, and today, pole barn, button up, and myself. Talking about myself, we're changing how merch is done. Not that I've ever sold any, but I think part of it's the cost, and the cost was I was using a drop shipper. We have decided to do it ourselves in-house. It may take a little extra longer because, we've already got all the ink, the stuff for the shirts. We just got to buy the shirts. And I'm not going to buy shirts unless I know someone's buying one. When I know prices, I'll let you know. And they'll take a few extra days because we'll have to acquire the shirt in whatever size you choose. I'm not going to stock shirts until it makes sense to stock shirts. Anyway, that said, I've made some decisions about this. I'm gonna tear it all down completely, pistons and everything. I'm gonna send the block out to get cleaned and checked. I may even send the heads. I'm not sure yet. And the big reason is one, a shop will get it cleaner than I can, and with the rust inside the water jackets and that, it just makes sense. It's a smart move, especially if I want this to be a good motor. And they'll check to make sure the heads and the head surface, the block surfaces are nice and flat, because it did overheat. They will also get they'll check for cracks, because I'm still concerned. I'm actually very concerned about them, the freeze plugs falling out, and then everyone kept telling me, oh, it's fine. Then I watched Junkyard Digs. Actually, I watch Angus have the exact same issue where there was a missing freeze plug, just gone, and he was concerned about it. And if he's concerned about it, I should be concerned about it. In the meantime, I got a thing. So you remember me pulling this motor, the issues I had? Well, let me. Oh, I thought I opened this. I could have swore I opened this. Trying to do this one-handed is not easy. I got a new thing for that thing. Let me set you up. I'll be right back. All right. So we need to take this one off. And that takes a really big socket. So let me find I still got my head cut off. What the hell? Hold you there. I did spray these down the other day because I knew was going to be taking it off. All right, drop the washer. And I wanted it to be a pleasant experience. Which is turning out to not be. All right, there's that. Oh, there's no juice in it. Oh, wait. There might be. It helps if it's tightened up, right? All right, jack wagons. I'm going to have to silence you guys. And a new piece of pipe, which is much shorter than the old one. Oh man, that works so much better than the old one. All right, fixed up. And no, that is not from Harbor Freight, because Harbor Freight, I can't look down. Harbor Freight is they do a thing. What am I thinking of? Please tell me. Theirs are flat bottomed and they won't work in here. Anyway, all right. It's time to get back to work on this thing. Like I said, I'm just gonna rip it apart. And go with that because I'm going to take the block anyway. So to get cleaned, so there's no sense in putting where the distributor set and all that. Come on. And someone gave me a really good idea. I'm fairly certain it was Robert's kid, Justin, to put on my bolts in magnetic trays. So I did the smart thing. Oh my goodness. Apparently it's not too smart because I can't freaking open it. This is dumb. Look, watch. You gotta cut this open to get to it. But anyway, I went on Amazon. I bought a pack of a bunch of trays, magnetic trays. So that I can start putting bolts in here. Did I bring my other package? It doesn't look like I did. I have another package for my heads. Oh, that's cool. They put a little cardboard in between. That was nice of them. See that? They put cardboard in there to keep you from scratching your dish that you're gonna scratch the shit out of. Well, what that means is everything's coming out. Everything's coming off. Including the crank. So I need to make room on the table I have sitting over here because that's gonna hold all my parts. So when you see me again, we'll be getting into this motor. Okay. Alrighty then. Let me preface this by saying there's parts on the floor that shouldn't be. And I need to move them. So, of course you're not. Well, you're exactly what I thought you should be. I just grabbed the wrong one. Are you that really? Wow. Okay. That shouldn't have been that loose. Let's get the distributor out. See, all of this stuff's going to have to be cleaned that I'm taking out. Come on. And yes, I didn't mark it. Because like I said, when I get the block cleaned, it's just going to clean that mark off it anyway. Okay. In case it sounds like something's dying outside, I don't know if you guys can pick that up or if you can hear that. It's not. It's the wind pushing a tree up against the metal roof. Let go. Let go. Oh, that's tight. I am getting new head bolts too, so obviously you always change your head bolts when you take your heads off. That much I know. Yeah, those things they're not even enough room. I need that on the other side. Where? There it is. Oops. That came off there. Come on. Go back in. What the hell? Wow. All right. There's the small ones. Ready? To see what we got going on. Make sure I got everything out. No? Okay. The hell. I gotta pry it up. There we go. Let's see what we got. Oh my goodness, that's a little bit heavy. You know, not as bad as I thought it would be. Let's get in here with a light. See what we got going on. Because I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. And I'm going to use you guys as a reference. I don't know. What do you think? You got to remember, this motor is never been apart. My glasses keep trying to fall off my face. It's not scored really bad. A good hone will fix it, I think. But it does look like they've been dry or something, if you ask me. There's like no ridge. Everyone talked about a ridge. Well, okay, maybe a hair. Just a hair, though. But I think that's carbon. A carbon ridge. So a good ball hone will probably knock that down. Because I'm knocking pieces of carbon off. But down here, there's quite literally, let me find something that's not going to destroy it. I don't know if this will show properly. Make sure we get all the shadow in there. But there is no ridge. I don't feel a ridge. Not complaining about that. Oh yeah, bitchin' Camaro. Robert's on vacation. He took his Jeep, and the bitchin' Camaro's in the garage. Yeah, it seems more like a carbon. I can feel the crusty breaking off. And these pistons they're probably not bad. Honest, well, no, they're all like that. Okay. They're probably not bad at all. They're just dirty. They look like they got just carbon buildup on them. I think I'm okay as far as the pistons go. I don't know what that is. Let's experiment. don't know if this will do anything. But let's try. What's it gonna hurt? We won't let it sit there too long. Battery's getting low. Look how nasty this motor is. Holy cow. And here's the push rods that came out. They're just so full of carbon. But I almost seen that. You could see light. Well, there's oil in it. You're not going to see light through it. I'm afraid to let that sit on the pistons. I wonder. I know you guys are probably going to go, what the hell are you doing, Chip? Yeah, look at this. I just scratched the shit out of the top of that piston. That's just carbon. So now, question is that going to hurt the piston that I just scratched it? I knew I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I'm looking for an excuse to buy new pistons. I know I got to let this stuff sit before I go wiping it off. But here's what I'm going to do. I am actually going to let this sit because I want to see what that says. I'm going to go to the other side, get the head off, and then we'll go over these heads once they're off and I've got them up on the table. So yeah, see you in a bit. I did check the push rods. They are all straight and they are the same size as the new ones. So, or I should say the new ones are the same size as the old ones. So let's grab a rag before I touch the camera. And I've got these heads in the order, like this is the driver's side of the motor, passenger side of the motor. These rods were just as dirty. Well, they were dirty, but not as dirty, not as carbony. But everything looks fine. The valves seem okay. When I pull them out, though, let me grab my light. I brought a better light with me. When I pull them out, I'll check them again. I may only need to lap them and not replace them. I'm not sure. But I am thinking about sending the heads off too. Uh-oh. There's oil in them there wheels. And then the piston, or this side here, I didn't see any evidence of a blown head gasket, which is nice. Oh wait, the gasket's not even on this side. Okay, well that ain't gonna look like a blown head gasket, is it? Where's that gasket at? Right here. I didn't even realize that. It's still, I don't see any evidence of a blown head gasket. I see evidence of it had been there for a long, long time. But the pistons look all right. And it's the same thing over here with the ridges. There's no ridge. I need to get a micrometer, measure this, and see it. Maybe, who knows? Maybe it's been out before and rebuilt, and someone did a shit job. I don't know. It doesn't, this motor looks like it's never been out of the truck. But that's not to say that the heads haven't been out of the truck. So there's that. The cylinder walls look fine. They feel fine. It's a mess. Now I need to get these out of here. But, and I'm not worried about keeping them in order either. I have a new set of lifters. You know what? I don't have rocker arms, so I'm gonna have to be careful about that. Just to make sure they go back to the spot that they were in. I wonder, because I forgot my magnet. I wonder if this will work. No? Nope. It's sticking to something, but it's not pulling. All right. Let me figure out how to get these lifters out of here. Ow. Let go. To YouTube I go because I don't want to screw anything up. Be right back. Hello? Alright, my mic died. Let me get this thing off here. Hopefully, are you hearing me? Yeah, you're hearing me. Alright. What I was trying to say, or so rudely interrupted by a dying microphone, was that, and I shouldn't leave my microphone on all day when I'm not recording. Anyway, took a pick, pulled them up as far as I could, and I'm hoping to that they're up high enough for when I pull the cam out, the cam will come out. Most likely what it is these are original, and the cam is original, so they're probably mushroomed and not sliding up. And rather than damage the valley that they're in, just get them to come up and stick and pray to God. So, that being said, I'm going to shut the hell up because my mic's not working. And I'm going to, I think I'm actually going to flip the motor over and pull the pan. I'll come back and let you know. Alright guys, I guess I'm done for the night. I got to get the harmonic balancer off so that I can pull the timing cover off and pull the timing chain off and get everything out. I don't have my puller with me. I do have one. I really do. But I don't have it with me because that would be smart. It's in the toolbox in white trash. So that means going home, and going home is a 20-minute drive, and it's getting dinner time, and this and that and the other thing, and it's getting chilly, and this and that and the other thing. So, as I said, there's nothing really I can do today. Well, nothing really I can do until I go home. And then once I'm there, I gotta let the dogs out, eat something, and then by then it's cold and there's no heat in this garage. So, excuses. See you tomorrow. It's another day out here with the motor. When I left off, I didn't have a way to pull the harmonic balancer. I'm not even sure I have a way to pull the harmonic balancer. But, what the hell? Let's see what we got. We got that, which is too big. problem I have is my pullers are 3-volt and my harmonic balancer is 4-volt. So let's see how this works. I got the nut out. I probably have the absolute wrong tool for this, by the way. I'm sure I do. But we're going to try anyway. And I'm probably going to screw something up. Oh, well, that won't work. Okay. Yeah, I absolutely have the wrong tool. Absolutely have the wrong tool for this. Which means I still can't get my timing cover off without having the right tool. I don't know if I can devise something to work. I was thinking I could just use the bolts that were in the harmonic balancer, but they go right through my my thing. And I didn't find my smaller puller. You know, other than that slide hammer, I've had no use for that set. All right, I guess I'm running to the store real quick. And let's aim this camera right. Turn this way. Anyway, shirt. I added my name. It's on a pocket, and then the back is my logo. I'm going to be selling these shirts. I'm just trying to set up the logistics because we're going to make them in-house. We've already tested a theory. I can buy, even at very, very low volume, very low as in I've made 3 garments so far, 2 pullovers for my wife, hoodies, and this shirt. And it still costs me less for the shirt and the prints than it would cost for you to purchase a shirt off the drop shipper I'm using. So I think this is the route we're going to go. I just need to set up the website and the shipping processor. So that said, I'm going to get the poop out of here. Go grab the proper tool to pull that up. I am not winning at all today. Camera's messed up. Oh, hey, back of the shirt. I don't know how well you've seen that. Camera's messing up. I don't have the right tools. I went to my least favorite place, O'Reilly's. Rented a tool, but it's not a 4-bolt like this. So I don't know how that works. Remove pulley, belt pulley, remove retainer bolt, assemble pressure screw F. Okay, pressure screw with web plate H. Well, so far we're into everything I already have. Web plate H. This takes a second. Yeah, see, this is only for, this ain't gonna work. Well, maybe. Maybe. I can get it on 3. Not sure. I have a 4-bolt harmonic balancer. Are there 3-bolt harmonic balancers? I don't know. H using the correct pressure point A and E. So that would be probably this one. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, get out of there. Okay, apparently it's not that one. Is it this one? Hold on, let me find out. Let me spin this way on here. That goes over that, and that goes into there. Okay. And select the right bolts. Use a 19mm ratchet. At least they give you the size. All right, let's find out what bolt's right. I ain't gonna have room to pull the fucking harmonic balancer off. What the heck? By the time it gets to the end of the bolt, right there, I've only got a little bit of thread left. And that's what this all the way down. What the heck? Because there's no way. This is working. There's no way. This is working. I can't even screw them in. This is such a dumb... Someone should have said, hey, what do you need? Well, you know what? We'll try it with 2. Maybe we'll get lucky. Who knows? Do I got a 19mm out here? Well, here's what sucks, is it was working. But, because the bolts are so long, it won't pull. Couldn't have shorter bolts, could you? I mean, can I use my own bolts? Let's try and use these 2 that are straight across from each other. Maybe that's what I need. Maybe that's how you're supposed to do a 4-bolt. You guys let me know if I'm stupid or not. I don't know. I have never pulled a harmonic balancer before. I'm guessing I'm stupid. But, which means, well, no, I still couldn't have used my own because my bolts didn't fit. But yeah, that's pulling it out. That's pulling it. There we go. All right. Is there a keyway there or something? Because there's a notch right there. I don't feel one. This is perfectly round. There's no keyway, but there is in here. I don't get that. How? Oh, there's probably one up inside there. All right, let's set this right here for the moment. Now, I can get this dang thing off. Wow, even the chain's not bad. It's not loose. Whew. Look at the inside of that. Yeah, we got some cleaning to do. This is nasty. But the chain isn't, I mean, not bad. I don't think. From what I see of other people doing this, because again, I'm new to this whole complete teardown thing. I've done a crank before, but I don't remember. It, it's been so long. It's been at least minimum 20 years. Probably a little bit longer since I've done this. I never did a. I mean, I've did a top end as far as taking and changing heads, multiple times. I've never ever pulled a cam out or put one in. Uh, Time and chain. I guess I've done when I had my square body decades ago. Time and chain and gear, which I don't need. I have a new one. Now we're almost to the cam. We're going to set the timing chain and gear in there in the timing cover, even though it's not going back on. Because I do have a new one. And I've said this. All right, now, are those really 10 millimeter? Okay, this is the cam retaining plate, I guess. No, they're 11 millimeter. That was way too simple. That was way too simple. Oh, by the way, these two bolts here on my timing cover were finger tight. I could literally, I didn't need a wrench or nothing. Wow, these are little. All right, there's that. Since this all went under the timing, I'm gonna set it down there. And I think I'm to the cam. Now, how do you properly remove a cam? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I'm hoping none of these lifters are in the way. I mean, I've got new lifters. I don't care if I damage them. And I have a new cam. So I'm not worried about damaging that. But if there's a better way to do it. What was that? This was the bolt that went in there? I need to research this. So, I'm going to do a little bit of research. Let's get you in an update. Everything here looks fine. This looks fine. This is dirty as hell. Look at this. Just filthy. This motor is going to be so happy. It really is. Oh, hey, how about that? All right, I'm gonna do some research on how to get the cam out without doing too much damage. And I'll be back. All right, I did some YouTube research. I tried to call a friend or have a friend call me, but he didn't answer me. So we are going to attempt this ourselves. Everything I'm seeing saying that should just pull out, but it's not just pulling out. And that guy took a screwdriver and stuck it in there and was able to get some leverage, but I don't have that kind of. Let's try. He had a long, big screwdriver. I don't know how he did that. And there's Jay. Of course there's Jay. Okay. Well, he's out shopping. I was hoping I could have him call me. So let's try this. Let's see if I can do it with this. Oh, hey, here we go. Here we go. Easy. Trying not to do anything to the cam bearings. This isn't wanting to. There we go. Come on, come through there. Everyone makes this look so easy. And it's not so easy. There's that one. There we go. All right. Well, there's that one. And there's that one. There's a cam. All right. So let's just set this right here for the moment. All right. So my issue was the suction. There was some suction on it. So let's get this back out of it. Now I get to open a package. Put that back in there. And I got it out before the battery died. Proud of me? So what I got here, I probably don't really need, but in a way I do. Oh, hey, there's all the feet. I kind of do for the valves, because I'm hoping to reuse the valves and the rocker arms. Get in there. What this is just a place to hold it all. If I can get it together. Actually first seen it on Amazon, but you lay your cam here, well, actually either one of these, and then you've got your spots for everything else. So take my cam right here in front of the motor. This is set up in case you have multiple cams 2 overhead cams or something, dual overhead cams. Yeah. So, battery's about to die. Camshaft is out. And now it's time to work on these lifters that are stuck. They're real stuck. I only was able to get one of them out. All the rest are just in there. All right. What I did is I took a screwdriver and a hammer and just, got it center on the lifter, gave it a quick. Most of them, it seems like, dropped down into the oil pan. Some didn't, so I'll have to fish them out. And then I got the bolts off the oil pan, or I'm not ready to drop that yet. Let me pull you in here. Look at this. Or is that just crusty from the... I don't know. That carbon crusty or what? A screwdriver. There's like a ridge there. Feels like. But it's not equal all the way around. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if that's rust or what. I don't remember this one back here having that. Anyway, let's get this pan off. Got it. Oh my God. This is nasty. Let's give me a second here. Wow. And let's take a peek at what we got. Besides lifters falling in the inside of pistons. I might have to turn the motor over so I can get some of them out. All right. Let's fill you in. Let me grab a flashlight. All right, here's the pan. I mean, to be brutally honest, it's not... I mean, yeah, it's dirty, but it's not full of sludge. That's just carbon that has come off. You would think that it'd be... Well, I don't like this. Oh, it's just... There's material in here from something. Not sure what. Possibly the gasket material here. That could be a good possibility. Here is our crank. This is filthy. Oh, wow. Just the crud on it. Sludge. Screen looks all right. I will get a new one though. So now it's time to work on popping the crank. What the hell? Is this? Is that a rear main? Yeah, I guess. I don't know. We'll get it out of there. Just like we got to pop all the pistons out. This is going to be a job. I've never pulled a piston either, along with the cam. Here is, by the way, the other side freeze plug. See this? It's got that. It's like a rust ridge. It's weird. But it's pretty rusty down in there. So these will be coming out. This looks recent. These freeze plugs actually look like they've been replaced. I couldn't tell you when, but they look like they've been replaced. Okay, with that said, I'm going to get this oil pump off here and this pickup, and then start working on the pistons, getting them out. Yeah. And then I need a box to put them in. I'll find something. Anyway, be right back. All right. We got the oil pump off in the shaft. They're down there. Don't know if I need to. I don't think I need to replace that because, like I said, when I took the valve covers off, all the rockers had oil on them. So I'm assuming the oil pump is good. What I don't have is a place to put the pistons. I want a box that I can put them in order, that they come out. Same with the main caps. I don't want them getting messed up or out of order. Well, I don't think the main caps you can. If I remember right, I think they're numbered, aren't they? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they're numbered. You can't screw those up. Anyway, so I think I'm going to call it for today because I know I got boxes at home where I can. I hate the look of that ridge right there. It's got to be some kind of rust ridge. It's got to be. It's scary. It scares me. I guess I don't remember that when I pulled the one out of the other side. I don't remember seeing that. But as you can see on the bearing here, let's see if I can hold this light at the same time. That is scoring. So when I get the block cleaned, I am also going to get cam bearings put in. That's just a smart thing to do since I have never done cam bearings. I've never done a cam. It's been a very long time since I've done a crank, but I have done it one time. And that motor was a damn good motor. It lasted a long time. I put a lot of miles on that motor. So I have faith I can do that. And that was before the internet. Okay, not before the internet, but before. It was in the early stage. Dial up. I'll just dial up. Anyway, so yeah, there's some work that needs to be done to this block. I'm really hoping that the block is still good. So when I come back tomorrow, I think I'm going to leave the crank alone for a little bit and the pistons. I think I'm going to work on the heads, tear them down, because I'm tearing them down completely. Something else I've never done. I've changed heads, yes, never tore them apart. First time for everything, and why not? So that said, I'm going to end it for today, and a couple seconds for you guys. Be right back. All right, it's another day. I remembered to bring a box with me this time so I could put the pistons in it, and then we tear down. This is the box, by the way, and then we tear down the heads. But first, I mean, I've got a mess to clean up. I need to straighten this out. It's hard to work in this when I'm stepping around everything. So let's get this cleaned up. All right, we got the shop sort of cleaned up, tools picked up. So now we are on to pistons. So let me grab my piston box here. And yeah, this should be okay. Plus I'll be able to get the rest of my lifters that are in there somewhere. So we're going to get the pistons off, and then I'm going to take the main caps off, pull the crank, and then put the main caps back on, because I think I want the main caps to go with the block when I get it cleaned. All right, I got the first rod out, or piston out, and that, even though it's discolored a bit, those bearings look good, strangely enough. See if I can get that bearing out of there. Come on. I know it's in this. There we go. Yeah, the bearing looks fine. A little, discolored, scorched, but that's 200,000 miles. So, I made a goopy. I did a boo-boo. I set the nuts for the rod caps on the block, and then proceeded to turn the motor. I found one of them. I think the other one's inside the engine somewhere. That's going to be fun. I'll find it, and now I know. But I do know when I put the rod caps back on, I need to make sure those, what is it? I guess those notches need to line up. I have to pay a little more attention because they don't line up. Look at the grime on that. They go like that? Oh wait, there's a, hold on. Okay, I see. Yeah, there's like a discoloration there. And this has the same thing. So they go like that. Then I'll put the one nut I did find on it. I'm sure I'll get the other one. I'll find it. And then we will set this. Look at this piston. It is, I hope I can clean that. I don't want to buy a set of pistons. But then again, that is, oh yeah, no, that's pretty free. That was pretty stiff at first. I don't see any markings yet, whether, I'm fairly certain these are standard. These look like they've been in there for 200,000 miles. I could be completely wrong. But, let's see. I want this over here. Yeah, so if I'm looking at the front of the motor, that's where that piston came from. Okay, the way I did this was, obviously you take the nuts off. I'm going to do these ones all first. But I just took the screwdriver, and I might be better off, like with this one, I can get the screwdriver down in there and then hit the end of the screwdriver with the hammer, pop piston out. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these out. And if I see something, I mean, everything doesn't look right to me. It's discolored. The crank looks, I mean, it's got some, it's nice and smooth feeling. Oh, no, I can feel, I don't know if I should be able to feel that. Uh-oh. Daddy might need a new crank. Let me get a couple more of these off, and then I'll figure out if that's normal. Should I be feeling a groove in the center? I mean, it's perfectly in the center. If you look, I don't know why I'm doing it that way, but this, there, you see that line there? I don't know if you can. There's a line there. I can feel that with my fingernail. I feel it both ways though, so I'm wondering if that's supposed to be like that. I don't know. And I'm sure many of you are wiser than me. So if you know, comment down below and let me know before I go spend the money on a crank that I don't need. Because that'll make my wife happier if I don't spend the money. Yeah. Let me get the rest of these. Be right back. So, I don't know. I don't want to turn the crank, because then I got to rebuy some bearings. I'm not sure what to do here. I need to think about this. In the meantime, it's cold. I'm putting my jacket back on, but look, you know, I got a new design for the pocket. I was just putting my whole logo there, and my wife said, why don't you just take the bottom part and put it there? Because I was trying to figure out something that looked right in the chest area. I'm getting off track. My crank's junk. Let me get the rest of these pistons out. I'll be right back. I'm going to show you how I've been doing this. So, I mean, I don't know if it's the right way to do it, but it's the way I've been doing it, and it's working. So I got one more piston to pull. Let's get I get that up here. I'll start taking off some nuts. Then use that spot with the nut there to just break it loose from the rod. By the way, I did find the other. I found the other nut. It was inside the engine. Pull the rod cap. Ooh, that is gritty. There's a couple of scratches there. And this one's got a ridge in it too. It's not working out. Not working out. Hey, look, everybody. Robert's home.
Yes, I've been home.
From his trip. How long you been home?
Vroom vroom.
I thought I had more time to get this out of the way.
No, I said 9 days we'd have off. Actually, we had 2 extra because of the snow days we had.
Oh. Anyway, hold on.
We go back.
Hold on. I'm showing people something. You're in the way. Anyway, I rotate the crank around so that my rod is loose. Put a plastic screwdriver at the end of the rod. And pop out the piston. Now this one's not wanting to come. Just because I'm trying to show people shit. There we go. Voila. The piston. All right. Before I was so rudely interrupted by Robert coming home from his vacation, and I'm going to be doing a job for him on the Camaro. That'll be a future video. It's time to remove the crank. But before, this is bad. It's not super, I guess it's not super bad. It needs to be turned. I don't like the idea of turning it. This one is smooth as a baby's butt. This one's smooth as a baby's butt. This one's smooth as a baby's butt. This one, not well. I mean, right there it is. What the heck? But you can see the line in it. And I don't see that same line in any of the others. My hammer's about to fall. But anyway. So let's get this crank out. I got a feeling I need to take off the flex plate, but I'm going to do this first. Because why not? And I also think I need the bigger still think, yeah, I do need to take that off, don't I? All right. Yeah. Seal off there, which doesn't look like it was. That wasn't sealing shit. Should just pop out of there. No bearings. Bearings are all in the. What's holding the? What's holding it? All right, let's get these out of the way before I damage something. I don't see what's holding us in there. Oh, it is this. Okay, what is this? What is that? I don't know. But it's keeping it from coming out. I think that's what's keeping it. Yeah, most definitely is. All right, let me figure this out. All right, so what it seems like I'm going to need to do is I'm going to put the block back on the hoist, take these out, pull this pan off, or this tin, the plate that goes in between the transmission and the motor, because it's in the way. And then there's also another thing on there I got to figure out. So I am going to get that done real quick, and then we'll get back to pulling that crank out. And what I did is I put my mains, just my number 1 main and my number 4 main back in, just to hold the crank in place so it doesn't fall out, because that would suck. I still got voice? Yep. All right, let's try this again. Now that get that plate off here. Just fell out. Oh, a lifter. That's all right. There's still a couple of those in there. Okay. Get these cap back off here. Really? Come on, I just had you off there. There we go. We're going to go over these bearings if there's an issue. I don't really see an issue. Other than me dropping her bolts. Okay. Can we get it out of here now? No, because of whatever this is. What is this? A seal. Okay. All right. Careful. Let me just set it back in here for a second. Now that I know it's loose. Wow. All right. Crank is out. I just have it sitting back in here to kind of be nice to it. Let's see, where the crank bearings go, the main bearings, they feel, wow, this one here's got a little ridge to it. This one, this one's got right there. This side don't. These don't. That feels fine. That feels fine. That feels fine. That feels fine. I was running my fingernail across it. It's just the one. It's only the one, number 5, that has that feeling. I don't know. I need to do some research on that. What I am not going to do is film me taking the heads apart, because, honestly, I don't know why.